guys, it's Kim and I'm back. Took a pretty long break from YouTube and just been busy with family, work, and then trying to finish my last year at college. But today, with it being a pretty bad day with a lot of snow, decided to record a battle report. My good friend Tom Clucci fortunately had the time to come over. So we're playing a 600-point game between my Mordor and Tom's amazing looking Fiefdoms. Stick around to the end of the video so I can explain what's going to happen to the channel, what happened to my Instagram, and just an update overall. And this battle report is a bit more free-flowing. We were having a great time laughing, so if you hear us like giggling or all that crap, just a great time. Haven't seen him in a long time. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. So here is my 600-point Mordor army. The first warband, as you guys can see, is Gorbag. He's leading a Black Numenorian, 3 Morannon orcs with a shield and sword. 4 of them have a spear and shield, and 3 orc trackers. Moving along to my leader, it is the Dark Marshal. In his warband, he has 6 Black Numenorians. 1 of them has a Warhorn. 6 Black Morannon orcs with spears, and 3 trackers. And the last warband is led by the Mouth of Sauron. Ignore the shield; he doesn't have a shield. He's leading 6 Black Numenorians and 6 Morannon orcs with spears. So the army is 598 points. Total body count is 41, and we'll go over to Tom Clucci's gorgeous Fiefdom army. So we'll start with Tom's main leader. So Tom, if you want to tell us what's in Imrahil's warband.
So Imrahil leading 4 Swan Knights on mounts, 7 on foot, and with 7 men at arms. Second warband is Forlong, with a mix of everything that the Fiefdoms can have. 3 Knights on foot, 3 archers, 3 men at arms, 3 clansmen, who are my personal favorite, and 3 axemen.
So guys, that is his whole army.
35 total models, 598 points.
So we are same points, and guys, just want to show up close. Look at Tom Clucci's gorgeous, gorgeous paint job. One of the best painters I know.
You're too kind.
Look at this, guys. It's amazing. So guys, here's today's table. We're playing Hold Ground. The blue objective is the center. And we have technically a hill here. We have another hill back there. And a hill down here. And here is the whole table. We'll be back after deployment. So turn 1, only Gorbag's warband came on. And I rolled a 2. So Tom threw me into this very far corner. As we make our way to Tom, though, Tom, tell us what happened of your beautiful army.
Rolled a 2 with Forlong, and Young put me in the same spot, but opposite on the far side of the board. And then I rolled a 5 for Imrahil and moved on near, so my army's now synced up.
Yep, so that is the end of turn 1. I still have most of my army off the board. So we'll be back at the end of turn 2. So Tom got priority for turn 2. So Tom, would you like to explain what you did?
I simply moving towards the center, towards the objective.
So you see Imrahil and his cav bodyguard advanced, while the rest of the force is making their way to the middle. Okay, and on to Mordor turn 2. Gorbag and his rabble of orcs moved up. And unfortunately, the Dark Marshal rolled the 2 again, and Tom, as a true gentleman, threw me in the same corner. So we are slowly making our way up the table, and the Mouth of Sauron rolled a 1. He is not on the table. So on to turn 3. So on to turn 3, Tom once again won priority. So Tom, why don't you tell us what you did again?
Simply move forward, moving towards the objective. For now, I've got Imrahil out on the right flank a little bit. That's it.
So pretty simple movement for the Fiefdoms, and we'll be back at the Mordor turn. End of turn 3. Gorbag and his rabble are moving forward. The trackers are separating. the Dark Marshal and his whole band of merry people are also behind. Behind that cliff face, we have the 3 other trackers moving. And finally, in an amazing display, we have the Mouth of Sauron and his warband. Roll the 5. I came here. We're just outside the charge range of Emerhill. So we'll see if this will force some different issues. And we'll be back at the end of at the beginning of turn 4. So guys, at the end of Fiefdoms turn 4, Tom once again got priority. So Tom, would you like to tell us what happened?
Sure. I did move my cavalry a little to the left flank and then a little to the center. I'm trying to avoid the mouth casting on Emerhill early here. And otherwise just making my way to the middle.
Yep, so all the Fiefdoms have a solid foundation. They're very close to the middle hold ground, and we'll be back at the end of Mordor. Mordor, turn 4, we have the 3 trackers making a long trip around for a good angle of shooting. Going towards the middle, we have my Black Numenorians and the Dark Marshal. Right behind Gorbag, no march, so they're walking slowly. Back in the middle, we have the Orc rabble of Gorbag just looking. More trackers are making their way to a hill for a better vantage point. And going up, we have the Mouth and his warband. Semi-close to the middle, but probably another few turns before action happens. So we'll be back at turn 5. At the end of turn 5, Tom got priority once again. So Tom, you want to discuss the Fiefdoms movement?
Shifted cavalry a little more left, putting Emerhill in the center. That way everybody gets advantage of his banner when the time comes. And moved forward again, trying to take the center.
Yep, he's really close, as you can see, Forlong leading the charge. And we should note, we did the shooting phase. One of the rangers could see a tracker in the tree. He shot, but didn't wound. Mordor turn 5, my 3 trackers walked into this little log. Going down to the center, my Black Numenorians are slowly getting ready. The positioning is really good. The Dark Marshal moved up as well. Over here, Gorbag split off and is joining the Mouth of Sauron's warband. And I had 3 tracker shots. We shot, 2 hit, but no wounds. So on to turn 6. So guys, turn 6, I finally got priority. So we started on this side. We moved over some of the Black Numenorians. We still didn't really want to charge this turn, as I wanted Tom to actually charge me. My playstyle is I like to form battle lines and wait for it. I won't describe the whole movement, but some mention of notice is the Dark Marshal did Black Dart Emerhill off his horse, so it was a pretty nice play there. As you can see, the whole line moved forward. And Tom, you want to describe what you responded with?
Sure. I had an opportunity to charge a couple here, overran the objective, and hope to continue to push forward while I just hold him off over on my right flank.
And we did do shooting. And the 3 orc trackers back here, they shot, and we managed to actually kill one of the Swan Knights. And my 3 orc trackers in the tree shot at the rangers, but none wounded. So we'll be back at the end of turn 6 combat. So we just concluded turn 6 combat, and what a good turn for Mordor. So we'll start here. I did pay a will off the Dark Marshal, so we had a banner. The Mouth fought a Klansman? We won, thankfully, and we managed to kill him. Going down, Gorbag and his rabble of orcs killed 2 Swan Knights. Moving over here, there were no fights. I don't know why I did that.
One right here.
Oh, we did?
Yes, and you killed another Klansman.
Oh,
So
I did kill
Klansmen.
Klansman. Okay, well, thank you, Tom. And then over here, that's where Tom shined. Both the Swan Knights on horses killed the Black Numenorians. So this turn was pretty good for Mordor, but Tom, if he continues rolling like that on these 2, will truly win the game. So we'll be back at the beginning of turn 7. So on to turn 7. I got priority, so Tom called a move with Forlong. I responded calling a move with Gorbag, but Tom got it. So Tom, I'm going to run through what happened, because a lot of stuff just shifted over.
So I was able to move Forlong into combat, support him with an Axeman and a Knight, charge the Knight into the rear here of 2 orcs, Knight on foot into Numenorians, and brought my king up to the center, Prince Imrahil, and then I'm just going to try to hold him off on that flank as best I can.
And something of great notice.
And then I was able to just squeak out a 6-inch move.
Yeah. I made a big tactical error by leaving my Dark Marshal within 6 inches. I didn't even see that. So we'll be back at the end of turn 7 for Mordor movement. So on to the rest of Mordor movement. So the mouth did, before charging in, I rolled a 3 and I mighted up to a 4 to transfix Forlong, and Tom rolled a 1. So maybe it was worth the might, but Forlong is now transfixed. Thus, he cannot call a heroic combat, which I was worried about. Moving over here, due to my Moria playstyle, I'm trying to go for a lot of traps on this flank and make my way to the middle. The mouth is engaged. The line was pretty much charged by Tom. Only thing of notice was a Morannon did help the Dark Marshal, and the musician did move away from the knight. And both of my sets of trackers, these 3 and those 3, are not moving. And Tom, all he did was move another spear to support the mouth of Sauron. So that's the end of turn 7. We'll be back after shooting and combat. So end of turn 7 combat, and wow, was it a big turn. So let's start off, I guess, Tom, let's start up here. So we really did kill on this flank quite a bit. We killed the lone, I think, clansman, was it there?
Yes.
Okay, we got him. We got 2 of the pike guys.
Yes.
And then the mouth, unfortunately, lost the fight, but took no wounds. Moving down here, a big choke from Gorbag. We rolled a 1, 2, and a 1 to kill a single dude, so that whiffed. And down here, the Dark Marshal actually lost to this peasant, so I lost another will. Moving up here, the Black Númenórean did kill the Swan Knight, and so did these ones. So Tom, I believe, did lose quite a few of the Swan Knights, right?
I lost 2 that turn.
2 this turn. Going up, Forlong, though transfixed, the cavalry and the clansmen, or what is that? Axemen easily killed the knocked down Morannon orc. Moving over, the 2, the Swan Knight and the Men-at-Arm did win, but didn't kill the Morannon. The Black Númenórean did lose the fight, but didn't die. And this cavalry, named Tiny Tim, killed both of the Morannons. So it's going pretty good for Mordor. How about, Tom, how are you feeling right now about the game?
I actually feel pretty good. I'm on top of the objective with Prince Imrahil, winning that flank, but losing that flank. If I can hold them off, game's in the bag.
So we'll go on to turn 8. So turn 8, Mordor got priority again. But Tom used Forlong's second might. I used the Dark Marshal's first might, and Tom got the priority for the heroic move. So Tom, run us what happened with the move.
I had to move Forlong to my right in order to leave room for my Swan Knight to charge the Dark Marshal, but I failed my courage.
First one.
Yeah, the first courage I failed in the game. So then I just shored up my flank, or front, I guess, and moved Imrahil off the objective into combat, supported with a cavalry model. Cavalry here, and just move these guys a little bit this way because I'm expecting them to be coming.
Yep, so on to turn 8 for Mordor. So the rest of my movement, 3 models charged the guy who failed terror. We moved the model here just basically a hairline away from Imrahil, so he calls a combat, trying to block a little bit of the movement. Moving here, the Dark Marshal did try to cast Transfix. I rolled a 1, so it's wasted. The mouth, on his way into combat, did transfix Imrahil, but he resisted. And we have a lot of guys here. More of the Númenóreans are making their way to the objective. And we'll come back at the shooting because I have 5 shots. So we'll be back. So guys, at the end of turn 8, it was what I expected. So we'll start on, we had 2 combats actually. Imrahil and the mouth called the combat. So Imrahil easily won his, killed it. He went into 2 more Morannons, and his cav then peeled 1 off. My fight with the mouth went as expected. We had a trapped, I think, Men-at-Arm, and we killed them. And as you can see, we pretty much cleaned this whole flank. There's 2 more dudes left.
we actually did the heroic combat, so my guys could be actually in range of the objective. So now I think actually we have a pretty decent even number of models on the objective. At this point I'm trying to rush towards it. Towards the middle, we're still holding fairly strong. Issue is Emerhill is here and a Cav, but nothing too crazy. Tom did say you said this flank you hoped to clear it out. Actually, this Black Numenorian is surprisingly still alive. Actually, these two guys with the green tokens, they lost the fight. Tom had 5 dice, rerolling ones, and they still lived. They just knocked down. And I should note, underneath this little piece of terrain are actually 2 Morannons who have been fighting these 2 guys. So actually, the body count is getting pretty close to the middle. I think we may be even. I'll have to check that afterwards. So yeah, Tom, anything to say about this turn, or?
Went sort of like planned. Young is making a lot of progress on my right flank.
Yeah. I should.
And your heroic combat.
Yeah.
Put you in better position.
I am out of might on the mouth, but I have a might on the Dark Marshal and Gorebag. Emerhill has 2 might, and Forlong has 1 might. So now he's taking the might advantage. I should notice that the 3 Rangers did actually kill one of the trackers in there. So we'll be back at the beginning of turn 9 for movement. Turn 9, Tom finally got priority again. So I called a move off of, I believe it was a Dark Marshal.
Yes.
He's out of might, and he used Forlong's last might, and thankfully, which I think this might be game changing, I got it off. So I moved, used 2 wills, so I have 6 will left. Unfortunately, I rolled a 1 and a 2. Could not transfix Forlong, so I changed my plan. Thankfully, I had the mouth, and maybe a greedy play, it might hurt me towards the later game. I used both his last will to transfix the cavalry, so he can't move during his regular phase, and actually I'm within 6 inches with the 2 models who are out of the heroic move, so they can potentially charge him. So we just started trapping as many models as we could. I sent Gorebag to fight 2 for the extra bonus, made Forlong have a lot of guys to fight, tied down these 2. So I'm trying to force Tom have a lot of different decisions to make, so we'll see if it pays off. We'll be back at the end of Tom's movement. Okay guys, we are at the end of combat for turn 9. I had to remove the terrain piece so y'all can see what it is. That's the outline of it. So we'll just start here. He won, I backed off. Over here, the Black Numenorian did win and stood back up. Moving down, Emerhill did call a combat, I should mention. He did, helped his friend kill the knocked down Morannon. Making our way here, we cleaved through pretty much all the guys here, minus the Swan Knight and the Men-at-Arm back there. Gorebag did, again, he choked. So I had to burn his last might to kill the Swan Knight, and the reason I did this was Tom does have a might left on Emerhill. I thought in my mind, in the long term, killing that model might pay off more than holding it to maybe contest a move. Some would disagree, but I think in this case it is because I am, I believe, outnumbering him or tying him for the body count in the objective. A Forlong lost to the mouth, but no wounds were suffered. And a Black Numenorian died to a ranger, and this orc killed a ranger. So that is the end of turn 9. Tom, anything? Any thoughts, comments? No? Okay, we'll be moving on to turn 10. Tom is broken. I am not. I'm 6 away. So we'll come back after turn 10. Turn 10, very fun with Tom all the time, but he got priority and maintained. Emerhill auto pass because he's legend. All of his great men stayed. But Forlong, Tom, you want to tell what happened with Mr. Forlong?
No.
Okay. Tom.
He rolled a 2 and a 1.
Yeah, so Forlong.
With courage 3.
Yeah, he yeeted.
Courage 4.
Yep, he left, ran away. And with my movement, we just started getting as many bodies as we can within the 6 inches for hold ground. So we'll see what happens. Emerhill's fighting the mouth, which is an epic showdown. And of course here, the debut of the Warhorn versus this Men-at-Arm. So we'll see what happens. We'll be back at the end. Most likely the last turn, depending on how it goes. So, no, it's all good. So we were just packing up. Game ended right afterwards. Tom rolled a 1. We were just talking about post-game. It is a Mordor victory. Tom has 7 models in the middle. I have 9 models in the middle. I have 17, so I didn't double, but I am unbroken. But both leaders are unwounded, so it is a Mordor victory, but a minor one at that. Tom played really well. First time for me playing the Mordor. First time for Tom, or second time with Tom with the Fiefdoms, but first time against Mordor. Tom and I had a great game. Tom, any remarks of how the game went overall?
No, your strategy was really good. You managed to get your entire army, which outnumbers me, on my entire army all at once. Yeah. And I think that is what made a difference. I could not get in position to get most of my army on part of yours.
And I should notice I'm very lucky that I managed to win the duel rolls more than not. And thanks to the Mordor bonus, once it kicked in, I never lost it. I think that's one of the biggest helps in this game, because Tom saw it. I rerolled so many ones. Without that, I don't think I would have killed them all. So guys, hope you enjoyed the battle report. Hopefully Tom will bring the elves. I'm not quite sure, but thanks for watching, guys.
So guys, that was the battle report. Great time with Tom. Hopefully in the following weeks I can play against his elves. So some updates. Changed my Instagram handle. I'm actually Kim's Painting Corner now. No longer Drums in the Deep. Just felt a lot of different factors played into it, but really demoralized by Lord of the Rings at the moment, and just had to do other things. So I do apologize if some people were confused about what happened to the Instagram. It's still there. It's just under a different name now. And for the YouTube channel, I do apologize. I pretty much ignored it. I completely forgot about it for a little bit, and I decided, I think it's a perfect day with the snow day to record a quick little battle report. And the future of the channel, it might be more towards painting, I think now, rather than typical battle reports. I'll still have it with Tom in the group, but I think expect maybe more painting videos and potentially non-loader related stuff, or overall hobby videos is what I'm going to say. My new painting method is using Liquitex, like canvas acrylics, rather than typical Vallejo or GW paints. So maybe even by the end of this week or next week, you'll see a video of me painting a random model and showing how to do so. Overall, just a bit demoralized, or not motivated for a lot of things in the hobby, though I will find some time to at least provide some more content, because Lord of the Rings doesn't get enough support, so I'll still kind of put a bit more content out, but again, there are a lot of other great YouTubers like Conquest Creations, and there's 2 others which I can't name off right now, but check out their stuff too. But definitely I'll try to provide a bit more content. Sorry for those who have been waiting, but this is the best I can do for now. So guys, keep on hobbying and stay safe.